I'm live! Hey guys, what's up? Sorry, I kept having some technical issues trying to get this live setup thing going, but it's working now, and welcome to the live show. Thanks so much for tuning in. I did a couple of these bedtime story videos with Nikki in the past, and today I am going to start another one. So today I thought I'd do a story time on transitioning Iris into her big girl bed. So I was kind of late to the game on this. People would always comment on it in my vlogs all the time. When I'd walk by Iris's room, people would say, you know, Iris is a toddler. She's 3 years old. Why isn't she in a big girl bed yet? And the answer to that was because she couldn't get out of a crib. She still wasn't climbing out, and so I like to keep her confined because I knew as soon as I took down those crib walls, she'd be walking all over the house. And honestly, like, my kid is so rambunctious, I wish I could keep her in a cage at times if I could, but no, that's frowned upon. Just kidding, I would never do that. But I finally transferred Iris into a big girl bed, and it was kind of a process. So a couple weeks ago, John took down the walls to her crib. We had one of those beds that transitions as your baby grows and it turns into a toddler bed, so you just scoot the walls down and it gives you a little side right there. And she was really excited when we walked her into her room. She was like, oh, I got a big girl bed, wow. But as soon as bedtime rolled around, she was like, where's my crib? Yeah, so we went through our routine, we read her a story, we tucked her in at night, and at first she was excited. She was like, yep, I'm gonna sleep in my big girl bed, I'm a big girl. John and I went downstairs, we sat down on the couch and started watching TV, and in about 5 minutes we heard that thump 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 walking down the hall, coming downstairs. There was Iris, and she was going through her little routine as a lot of kids do. If you're a parent, you know it's very cute, but you know she's playing a game. She was like, no, I just missed you guys, I want to be with you, I need another hug. So we'd bring her back up into her room and go back downstairs and watch TV. And then about 2 minutes later, thump, 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 thump. No, I need you guys. I want my crib back. And she would just keep coming in and out of her room so many times. It was a very restless night. We'd bring her back in, and you know, even after John and I went to bed, Iris probably came out of her room like 10 to 12 times in the middle of the night, and you know, just would walk into our bedroom and come get us. Yeah, it didn't work too well the first night. So the second night we thought we'd see how it went, and same thing. After we put her to bed, she came downstairs, and then a light bulb went off in my head. I was like, you know, Iris, if you sleep in your room, we'll let you sleep with Lola. Which is our Chihuahua. She's the most patient dog we have. Lola is so good with Iris. And Iris was like, oh my gosh, yeah, I really want to sleep with Lola. And we put Iris to bed, we put Lola up there with her, and she stayed in her room the whole night. And so I was talking to John's sister about it, and she said, yeah, that's kind of what you got to do. You just got to bribe them into staying in their room. And things went well for a few nights after that. Iris stayed in her room because she had Lola. She was excited about having Lola. She might have come out like once or twice, but it was a lot better than the previous nights. But I missed sleeping with my dog. Lola's my dog, and I've had Lola for almost 10 years now, and I'm so used to sleeping with Lola every single night. And now, oh my gosh, my cat just scared me. I was looking down and it just like tripped out my mind. His feet started walking in here. Welcome to the show, Simon. So, yeah, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. But, you know, like maybe it was a week later, Lola stopped doing the trick, and Iris is coming out of her room again. Iris does not stay in there through the night, and I kind of miss having a crib. She's a strong-willed child, that one. So yeah, the other night she was coming out of her room, and I didn't know what to do. She kept coming out. I was so exhausted, and I started saying, "Okay, Iris, if you come out of your room, I'm gonna take a toy away." And that was her warning. She went back into her room, and then she came out again after that. And I said, "No, Iris, I told you if you come out, I'm gonna take a toy away." So I took one of her toys away, and she was upset. And she was like, "Okay, don't take my toys away." She went and laid down. Then, like 10 minutes later, she came out again. And I said, "Iris, I'm gonna take another toy away if you come out." Like, no, she was upset. And then same thing, like waited a little bit, came out again. So I took another toy away. I ended up taking 3 toys away before she really started to think about it. Okay, I don't want my toys being taken away. And she stayed in her room for the night. So I thought I had it. I thought I did it. I was like, you know what, Nikki, that was good parenting. You really put your foot down. You got her to stay in her room, and you found something that worked. Then the next day, same thing happens. She's trying to come out of her room again, and so I say, "Iris, okay, if you come out of your room, I'm gonna take your toy away." Then Iris goes, "You know what, Mom? Take all my toys away. Actually, I want you to take my toys away. Like, please, take all my toys." And then she started getting upset that I didn't take all of her toys. So my kid outgamed me. So that's another thing with Iris. This girl, like, you know, she's a very good kid. She has a good heart. She's very sweet. But there's just really no way to discipline her if she's being naughty or not listening. She just doesn't care about anything. Even her grandparents have said that while they were there. They were like, punishments really don't work on Iris, do they? I'm like, nope. You know, they say like, "Okay, Iris, if you're not going to stop doing that, we're going to take your toy away." And Iris just goes, "Okay, here, Papa, here's my toy." Yeah, so I don't know, like, quite what to do. If it's just a phase, you got to ride it out, and then eventually she's going to want to stay in her bed every single night. But that seems to be the trend. Like, she does not care about timeouts. She does not care about anything. She's just a very laid-back kid, kind of like whatever about anything, but you can't really discipline her when she doesn't want to listen. I'm glad that she's very sweet for the most part. She's a great kid, but very, very strong-willed. So now I want to open it up to conversation. If any parents are watching, what did you guys do to get your kid to sleep in their room for the night? And what discipline works for you with your kid? Do any of you guys have a similar child who's very strong-willed and doesn't really like care about anything? Like, it's so crazy that